Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, good afternoon. What are we learning today? We are going to look at these 5 unique plants on Earth. All right, 5 unique plants. And they are, the first one, dragon's blood tree. See, wow, the name, dragon's blood. And then, oh, the S in my name is silent. So I call you Ayla or Ila. Okay. So next one, Grandidius baobab, Rafflesia arnoldi, baseball plant, and Welwitschia mirabilis. Who have heard at least one of these 3, or you have heard all 5 of these trees before? All 5 of these plants before? Wow, some of you heard of them all. Okay, I saw 1 or 2 say that, oh, I've heard none of them at all. I've heard, yeah, the famous one in, at least in Southeast Asia region, you would have heard of Rafflesia. Okay, because anyway, we have the name Raffles here, right? Okay, so it is actually related to Sir Stamford Raffles. Jovel have never heard of them. Okay, all right, so don't worry, I'll go through them. Okay, these 5 interesting and unique plants on Earth. All right. Yes, fifthly, baobab is quite a famous type of or famous species of plant, but actually within baobab there are many different genus or many different I can say species also, okay, of plants under baobab. So the one of the unique ones is Grandidius baobab. All right. Yes, Cayman, dragon blood tree is made of dragon's blood. So you'll see later the dragon's blood. All right, so, and I will also describe the characteristics of the 5 unique plants. All right, are you ready? So let's start with a video first. So watch this video first. Okay, so that's just a short clip about the dragon's blood tree. Okay, so of course I'm going to show you more information now. So this is the appearance of the unique dragon's blood tree. You can see how unique it looks like. Okay, so its ability is to produce this red gum resin, and the red is like blood red. You know, it is blood red. All right, so that's why it looks like blood. And of course, you know, people in the past, they believe about this beasts, okay, like dragons, or you know, they don't know about dinosaurs at that time, okay, but they know about dragons, so that's why they think that this is the dragon's blood, right? Yes, it looks kind of weird, right, Michaela? Yes, however, it is vulnerable to extinction, right? Because as you saw the video just now, quite a number of trees was uprooted due to some natural disasters. Okay, Kate, the dragon blood tree looks like a moss-covered mushroom. Yes, but a giant moss-covered mushroom, right? Okay, because it's quite big. Okay, these are the scientific names for it if you are interested. Okay, some important characteristic now. Pay attention, pay attention, because some of the bubble questions will be about some of these facts. All right, so pay attention. So it's made out of densely packed leaf cover shaped like an uprightly held umbrella. So it's like when you open an umbrella, so it looks like that, right? Okay. And then its leaf are found only at the end of its youngest branches, and they shed every 3 or 4 years before new leaves simultaneously mature. So somehow the leaves only appear at the ends of the branches. Usually other trees, leaves appear at the middle of branches also, right? But for this tree, somehow it only appears at the end. Okay, quite weird. And as the fruits develop, they turn from green to black and then become orange when ripe. So you see the different colors. Okay, and the berries, oh, I'm not able to make it bigger. Yeah, because there's a lot of information to show. So try to also listen while I'm talking. Okay, so the berries are eaten by birds, and therefore the seeds are dispersed by animals. All right, so actually birds loves to eat the berries from these trees. Its fruits are small fleshy berries containing between 1 and 4 seeds. Okay, all right, so the range, where do we find this tree? So it is situated only at this region on the whole earth. On the whole earth, it is located only at this one small region called the Socotra Archipelago. Okay, Socotra Archipelago, and it is part of Yemen. Okay, Y-E-M-E-N, Yemen. Yemen is a country in the Arabian Sea, Arabian Peninsula. Okay, where there's countries like, you know, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, you know, all those Arabian countries. So one of the countries is Yemen, all right? And then part of Yemen, there's this region called Socotra Archipelago, and this tree is only found there. Imagine that in the whole earth is only found there, all right? The chat thing is blocking it. Okay, wait, let me see if I can shift this up a bit. Unfortunately, I can't shift it up. Yeah, so just try to listen, okay? Try to listen. So best preserved and largest of this plant is on the limestone plateau named Roquep de Firmahim. Okay, so it's on top of like a flat cliff. Okay, so that's called a plateau. All right, and this place is called Roquep de Firmahim. And research shows that in coming decades, the number of these trees in the forest will decrease due to lack of reproduction. Okay, so these trees also don't reproduce that fast, so that's why it is considered endangered to the extent of going to extinct soon. All right. Okay, so what are some of these special features? As you can see, this is the actual dragon's blood. This is the actual dragon's blood. If you cut the tree or if you cut the bark, okay? So when the bark of the tree is cut, crimson red resin oozes out of the tree. So it does look a bit like blood, okay? Yeah, so quite scary. So for some children, maybe when they see this, they really think that the tree is bleeding. Okay, it looks like the tree is bleeding. Okay, so this red resin actually has been useful since ancient times already. People use it for varnish, medicine, incense, and dye color, okay, to dye their clothing and so on. So not only that, the locals have used it as a form of medicine. Okay, they actually do eat this red resin, okay, as a medicine. So it has been used for general wound healing, cure for diarrhea, fever, and ulcers in the body. All right, so you might think that this is ew, Mr. Lukman, yuck, so disgusting. Okay, but you see how the locals actually make use of the red resin or the dragon's blood. All right, okay, then the fruits. So the berry-like fruits of the trees are heavily valued for food for the locals' livestock. So the locals which rears like cows, goats, and so on, or birds, all right? So actually they let their livestock or animals to eat the berries. So the animals love it. And they observe that if the animals eat a few of the berries, okay, if they eat a few of the berries, it will improve the health of their animals. But if they feed too many berries, on the other hand, it can cause severe illness to the animals. All right, so that's why I need to have a balance. Okay, need to have a balance. And birds also feed on the berries and spread the seeds around the island. Okay, so birds that live around the Socotra archipelago, okay, they come, fly, and they eat, but somehow they only disperse within that same region. They don't go like outside of Yemen to spread the seed, no. Okay, only like within the same region, okay, somehow. All right. Yes, certainly correct. So are you ready for the first bubble question? All right. So I hope you have caught the important facts, okay, for this first unique plant. All right, let's see the first one. So let's read the question together, then I'll start the timer. Okay. So dragon's blood is a dark red resin produced from a part of the dragon's blood tree. It can be used to dye clothing to get the dark red coloration. So let's see if you have been paying attention or not. Which part of the plant does the dark red resin comes from? Okay, so I'll start the timer. You have 1 minute to think about it. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's see how many of you can get this correct. It's quite easy. If you have been paying attention just now, it's quite easy. Okay, good. Yulia, wow. Ethan Liu, Rebecca, well done. Yum Lele Mo, all right. Joey, Aiden, Dorothy. Okay, anyway, today you'll have a chance to earn a total of 100 bubbles because every question is worth 10 bubbles and there are 10 questions in total. Okay, so those who earn for this first one, well done. All right, let's see. Not bad, not bad. So far, about half of you are getting this correct. Come on, those who are still thinking about the answer, quickly lock in your answer. You only have about 15 more seconds left. Sheris, yeah, no choice. I have to be quite fast. We only have 1 hour, right, during the lesson. Okay, so try to quickly catch what you can, or you can, take pictures, take screenshots, up to you. Okay, what you need to do. All right, time's up. Let's see. Not bad. About 70% of you get this correct for first question. So if you have been paying attention just now, let me show back the slide. See here. I say that the stem, when the bark of the tree is cut, the crimson red resin oozes out. So actually it comes from the stem. Yes, those who get it correct, well done. Okay. So it's not from the fruits, the roots, or the leaves. Okay, it is from the stem. Do not show scary. Really, Roxanne, is it that scary? Ian, is the stem. Yeah, okay, yes, good for you. All right, second bubble question. So this unique tree, let's see if you have been paying attention or not, can only be found in one small region of Earth, like I mentioned just now, right? And that region is called the Socotra Archipelago, which is currently part of a country in the Arabian Peninsula. So what is the name of this country? Is it Qatar, Oman, Yemen, or Bahrain? Okay. So another 1 minute. In 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how many of you have been paying attention. Which country is this tree located in? Okay, it's in a small region within this country. Okay, can you imagine on the whole earth, this dragon blood tree is only found there. Okay, those are correct. Well done, Isabel, Sharanya, Kate, Cherry. If you don't know what that is, it's okay. All right, better that you don't know what that is. All right, okay. Kate, well done. Dorothy, good. Roxanne, go. What's that? I'm not sure what that is. Naga Surya, yes, but I'm not going to say the answer. Ethan Liu, good. Charlotte Lim, yes, I've already shaved off my mustache already from 3 weeks ago. That's old story, okay? All right, Yen, good. Okay, Bu Yishuan, good. Asia, all right. Yes, Kawito, very unique tree, huh? Okay, let's see the results. Oh, same like just now. So about 70% of you get this correct. Come on, we want more of you to get this correct, okay? So if you have been paying attention, let me show back the slides, which shows which country it comes from. Okay, it's a bit difficult to see. It's at the bottom here, which I mentioned just now. So the Socotra Archipelago is part of Yemen. Okay, Y-E-M-E-N, Yemen. All right, so it is a country in the Arabian Peninsula. All right, so it's not Qatar, it's not Oman, it's not Bahrain, but it is Yemen. Who have actually been to this country before? Anyone of you been to this country before? I've not been to this country before. Okay. Okay, looks like majority of you also have not. Yeah, same. I also have not been to this country before. Yeah, but I've heard interesting things about this country. They have beautiful sceneries and so on. All right. Okay. All right. Moderator, can you help? There's now got one student still facing technical difficulty. Thank you. Let's move on to the next one. This so-called upside down tree. Okay. So let's watch this video together first. No sound. No sound. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me try again. Oh no, why this one no sound, huh?
See a particular species
Okay,
in
how about now?
mainland
How about now?
Africa
Got
and
sound?
another in Australia, this is the motherland of the baobab,
Okay.
with 6 original species to choose from, these being the tallest. So I'd say Madagascar is the best place in the world to see them. But I don't want to just stand here and look. Obviously, you can't climb them because there's nothing to grab onto, but I'm going to harness up and finally get to see one from the top. First, I'm going to have to figure out this local climbing technique. Again with the yodeling. Make sure I got this right, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So up?
Yeah, stand up.
Oh, okay. I've gotten 4 feet off the ground and I'm already exhausted. Did I mention I don't know what I'm doing? But after a quick look at my climbing partner's feet, I think I've figured out the problem. Well, what am I doing with shoes on? All right. Not to say I'm gonna get up the tree any faster now. I'm just a little more confident I may actually make it. There's an old legend that says these trees were actually uprooted, turned over, and stuffed back in the ground, which is why they kind of look like the roots are what shoot up to the sky. And I've always wanted to climb one of these trees. Now I'm finally gonna get a look from the top of one, or according to the legend, the bottom. Either way. This is very, very cool.
So, welcome in the top to baobab.
You live up here? Woo! Nice! I don't know how they say it in Madagascar, but back in the 80s we said it, that this is bitchin'. Yeah! Wow. While we're on the subject of spooky in Madagascar, dangling from the top of a baobab is definitely spooky. I don't have much of a fear of heights, but more of a fear of falling from great heights. Okay, get yourself together. You got a show to do. So this is the top of a baobab tree. These things grow to 30 meters or so. They don't have any of the yearly growth rings, so you can't really decipher how old they are. Most agree they're at least 500 years old. More even say that they're in the thousands of years old. They survive such a climate because they really store a lot of water, and that's another reason why they've probably lasted so long, because the wood that they provide is so wet that there's really no reason to cut them down to use for building materials or fires or anything like that. Good view up here too, man. Wow.
No, Liu Jiawen. It looks like. Okay, so that's the video. Liu Jiawen is not really upside down. It looks like what the narrator just now mentioned, right? He said that it looks like it is uprooted and then placed upside down because the branches looks like roots of the trees. Okay, it doesn't look like branches of the trees. It looks like roots instead. Okay. Yes, it looks like a fake tree, right, Jia Haofang? But believe it or not, it is a real tree, a real natural tree in Madagascar. I like to move it. Okay, just now somebody mentioned that. All right. So a special ability of it is able to store water inside the swollen trunk. So you see their trunks are so huge, right? Okay, it's because water is stored inside it. All right. However, again, same like the dragon's blood tree also, it is threatened with extinction. As usual, all these unique trees are usually endangered. Okay, they are not found like all over the world. All right. Devon Tan don't have, this tree don't have, but maybe the smaller version of baobabs have in the gardens by the bay. Okay, but these giant ones, okay, grandidious baobab, no, it's not found in Singapore. So the heights can reach to about 25 to 30 meters. Wow, 25 meters to 30 meters. Okay, it has massive cylindrical, long and thick trunks. The width can go up to 3 meters across. Okay, imagine that 3 meters across. That is actually very wide for a trunk of a tree. Okay, so 3 meters is about, let me see, about 2 stories high, or is it? No, maybe lesser bit lah, lesser bit. About yeah, about 1.5 story high. Okay, so 3 meters across the width of the tree, not the height. The height is 25 meter to 30 meter. It can store up to 120,000 liters of water within the fibrous root of the trunk, as the trunk's diameter changes according to the amount of rainfall. So the more the rainfall, of course, the trunk gets bigger and bigger. Okay, and amazingly, it has flowers. Okay, but small flowers. Okay, small flowers with white petals. The flat top leaf cover bears bluish green palmate leaves. So you can see the leaves, right? Bluish green. Okay, very beautiful. And the flowers then bear large dry fruits containing kidney-shaped seeds within an edible flesh. So yes, there's not some of you mentioned, hey, Mr. Lukman, I saw some fruits hanging from the branches, right? So yes, these three do produce fruits. Okay. Can we live in? No, you yeah, actually, okay, I will get to that. Okay, about living inside the trunk. So this strange yet magnificent tree is found only on the island of Madagascar. So very unique. It is only found in this country called Madagascar. Okay, only found in this country. So it's known locally as the Ranala and sometimes referred to as the mother of the forest. Okay, because it looks like some overlooking mother, right, taking care of the place. Okay, because it's very tall, very big. So the grandidious baobabs are most at home in dry deciduous forests. Okay, dry deciduous forests. However, following severe destruction of this habitat, today they are commonly found in open agricultural or degraded land. All right. So now most of its habitats are actually very dry places. Okay, and degraded land also. Yeah, that's why same also LB wound. I hope that it doesn't go extinct. Very unique. Okay, these are the fruits of the Grandidia baobab. So they are known as monkey bread. Okay, they are rich in vitamin C. It has a velvety shell and it's about the size of a coconut. All right, it has a somewhat acidic flavor. Described somewhere. So those who have those who have eaten it before, they say it tastes like grapefruit, like pear, like vanilla, a mixture of all those. Okay. And then the fruits and seeds are edible. Okay, so take note. You know why later. So fruits and seeds are edible and frequently eaten by the locals. Fruits can be made into juice that is drank as a nutritious drink, and the seeds are often eaten with rice. Both the fruits and seeds are even promoted to be superfood. Okay, so yes, the locals do eat the fruits and the seeds and they make juice out of it and so on. Okay, Win, why you say ew? Maybe it's delicious, you don't know. And then the palmate leaves. So the leaves can also be eaten, all right? Because you see here, the leaves are an excellent source of protein, minerals, and vitamins A and C. Okay, so it's used as condiments or medicines. Okay. Olivia, they have to climb. Okay, so the locals climb to get whatever they need, the fruits or the seeds or the leaves. All right, so they climb the trees. And then the flowers, during the early summer, the trees bear very large, heavy white flowers. These are 12 cm across. It's not that big, okay, about 12 cm across only, and open during late afternoon to stay open for one night. And these flowers have a very large number of stamens. They have sweet scent. So if you smell the flower, they have this sweet scent. Okay, but later on emit a carrion smell, especially when they turn brown and fall after 24 hours. So it's only for a short while. Okay. Selwyn, no, of course not. I don't think so. Okay, now the important part of the tree, the bark. So it's not unusual for all bulbs to become hollow inside with increasing age. So the insides are actually hollow because the water has evaporated, right? Okay, so most of the water is evaporated. So actually it becomes hollow. So some people actually live inside the bark of this tree. Okay, they live inside. All right. So you see, it served humans and animals for many thousands of years. Okay, who would like to live inside this tree? I think I would also. Would be a very interesting experience. Okay. So yes, a lot of you say me. They took advantage of the cavities. So cavities is the big hole, okay, inside the trunk of the tree to protect their livestock, to hide during enemy attack. So if they are being attacked by some kind of enemy, they hide inside, okay, or to defend themselves. And they even use the bark for rope, roofing, and medicinal properties. So even the bark can be sort of eaten, but as a medicine. Okay, so it plays an important role in the local culture. All right, what kind of enemy? I don't know, between the different tribes, right? Okay, because in that sort of country like Madagascar, there's different tribes. They might argue or fight with each other. So if they want to run away from the enemy, they can hide inside this tree. And then, like I mentioned just now, the bark can be broken into small pieces, and they are usually sold, or they are usually consumed or eaten as calcium-rich medicine. Okay, and the bark can also be stripped, dried, and used to make rope. See, very useful. This tree is very useful for the locals. And the bark can the locals, when they make rope out of the bark, right, they actually prefer this over nylon because it's much stronger. Okay, what is bark, teacher? Liu Jiawen, bark is the outer covering of the trunk or of the stem. For very big trees, right, you can cut off like a layer of the trunk. So when you cut out the layer, that's called a bark. Okay. All right. So are you ready for the next few bubble question? Steffi Lin, I want to live there forever. Okay. Why you want to live there forever? Okay, so let's look at the first bubble question over here for the Grandidius baobab. So it's a gigantic tree with an extremely wide trunk. The trunk has found to grow as wide as let's see if you've been paying attention or not. It can grow as wide as how many meters? Okay, so I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see if you have been paying attention or not. Okay, anyway, you think logically, should it be 3 meters, 30 meters, 50 meters, or 100 meters? Okay, I'm talking about the width of the trunk, okay. Wow, quite a number of you chose the wrong one. Okay, so it's quite tricky. There's 2 answers which are very close. Okay, 2 answers which are very close. Yes, correct. Jia Hao Fang. Yes, some people will be tricked thinking about, am I talking about the height or the width? Look at the question carefully. I say the width. The trunk has been found to grow as wide as. So I'm talking about the width, not the height. Okay, the width. Few more seconds left for those who haven't answered yet. Quickly lock in your answer. Oh no, Maggie. Nagasura, these trees do exist, but they are endangered. Okay, they are endangered right now. Oh no, what happened? Less than half, only about 25% get this correct. Is this that difficult? Only about 25%. Now, what did I mention just now about the width? You see here, the width can go up to 3 meters across. 3 meters. Okay. So it's not 30, not 50, not 100. Those are a bit too wide already. Okay, so 3 meters is actually wide enough already. Okay. Yes, Exton, go ahead and ask your question. Tiong Seng, you will know later the name. Okay. Next bubble question. This one is a bit difficult. This one, let's see if you have been paying attention or not. So this magnificent tree not only has an imposing outlook as its unique character, its parts are also useful and functional for the locals, right? Just now I've been mentioning that. So some of its parts can be eaten by humans. Okay, I also mentioned that. But what I want is, listen carefully, which part of the plant is or are not edible by humans? Not edible. Okay. Yes, you who are die. This is the dual level type of a question. Okay, so we have these 4 parts here, but look at the options carefully and answer the question. Let's see. So I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see who can get this correct. This is quite difficult. Okay, so what I want is which part is or are not edible by humans. Not edible by humans. So which one is it? If you remember, quite a lot of parts I mentioned just now is edible, right, by humans. Quite a lot. But I want which one is not. Which one is not. All right. Yes, Joyce, you can do that. Elisa, easy. Wow, those are getting correct. Well done. Elisa, Jamie, LB, Joey. Oh no. No, Elisa, this is definitely not giveaway. Definitely not. This is very difficult. Okay. Darius, well done. Nitin, okay, good. Mingri, well done, good. Those who are still thinking about it, you only have 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Quickly log in your answer. A lot of you are choosing the wrong option. Okay, so I don't know why. These two questions, let me just highlight to you which one. These two options, sorry, 2 and 4. Half. Okay, so 25% choose C only, another 25% of you choose C and D only. Why? Okay, remember just now I told you, okay, the obvious one, the fruits and seeds. Yes, this one can be eaten, right? It's edible, so it's out. Okay, and then roots, I didn't mention at all, right? I didn't mention at all. Okay, it's because it's actually not used by the locals, okay, because it's deep underground. It's difficult to even dig it up. All right, so that's why it is not edible. And then the leaves, let me show you. Where did I mention about the leaves? You see here, I said the leaves are an excellent source of protein, minerals, and vitamins A and C. It is used as condiments and medicine. So it is edible, okay? So the leaves are actually edible. So it is out. So the answer is actually roots only, C only, okay? All right. Wow, Shivani, I'm not sure about that. Maybe you can call the hotline after the lesson, okay? Because yeah, that one is more of a technical issue. Okay, yes, Exton, what's your question? You haven't asked yet. Okay, let's move on to the next unique plant. This one, a familiar one. Okay, a familiar one. Let's watch the video.
I'm in West Sumatra, Indonesia. For the last week, I've been searching for the giant Rafflesia blooms of the jungle. I've been sending out guides and porters in all directions to see if they can find any buds developing. Unfortunately, all of them have come back without any results. But just last night, a local contact said there's one Rafflesia in bloom. And it's not any old Rafflesia, it's Rafflesia arnoldii, the biggest of all the Rafflesia, the largest of the genus, and the biggest flower on Earth. And it's in bloom just over here. And here it is. Wow! Look at the size of this flower. You can see it consists of 5 petals that are bright orange and warty. This is meant to resemble carrion. And inside it's got hairs like a dead corpse of some animal. And this immense size and the smell. It smells a little bit like rotten fish. That smell, the colour, this attracts carrion flies and other pollinators. But the bloom itself lasts for only about 6 to 7 days, then it dies and rots. It's a parasite. It has no leaves. It consists of a fibre of tissues inside a vine called the tetrastigma vine. And once in a while, it blooms. There may well be other buds in development in this forest. So let's go look for them. I can see it. Wow! And this is the developing Rafflesia bud. This one is perhaps 6 months old, so it's got another 3 to 6 months to go before it gets to full size, ready to open. This is the tetrastigma vine, the host plant that it parasitizes. Here it is going all the way up there. It's absolutely incredible that this small vine can produce enough energy to support the biggest flower in the world.
Okay. So that is the biggest flower in the world called Rafflesia arnoldi. Okay, so like what he mentioned, right? Rafflesia actually have a few type of species under it. Okay, but the largest one is Rafflesia arnoldi. Okay, so you can find this in Southeast Asian countries like Malaysia and Indonesia, especially the Sumatran area. Any of you have actually seen this live in front of you? Any of you actually seen this live in front of you? Wow, really? So quite a number of you. That's cool. Okay, so most likely it's because either you stay in Malaysia, right? Or you visited the place, or you stay in Indonesia, okay, or Sumatra area. Okay, so you've seen this live in front of you. For me, I've not yet seen this before in front of me. I would love to, but I don't know about the smell, because like he mentioned, I see that its ability is the corpse is like a dead animal smell odor. Okay, it's very smelly. All right, so it's a corpse smell odor. And the good thing is it's not extinct, it's not really endangered, so there's a lot of it actually in the rainforests of Southeast Asia. All right, these are the scientific names of it. Okay, so pay attention. So I will read out the characteristics. It's a species of parasitic flowering plant. So it's a very unique flowering plant. It's not a normal flowering plant that you have learned before. Okay, it's a parasitic one. So what's a parasitic plant? It gets some or all of its nutrients, so basically food. Okay, so this plant gets food from host plants, and it does not benefit the host plants at all. All right, so remember just now he showed you that black thing, right? That is actually Rafflesia arnoldi before the flower bloom. Okay, so it actually suck out the food from another plant, okay, called the host plant. All right, so it will even damage or kill the host plant. Okay, so this is a parasitic flowering plant. Very, yeah, like what Jairus mentioned, a bit cruel, a bit cruel. Okay, so Vernes, why does it have a hole in it? It is to attract the insects or pests to come into it and then to pollinate the flower. Okay, so it's a unique flowering plant as it acts more like a fungi rather than a plant. Okay, why does it act like a fungi? Because it has no roots, no shoots, no stems, no leaves. Can you believe that? Remember when we learn about plants, right? Plants usually will have what? Will have roots, stems, and leaves, right? But this plant only have this very weird flower. Okay, it has no roots, shoots, stems, or leaves. It's very weird. Okay, this plant. Yes, so there's only a flower, Beatrice. Correct. Okay, so very weird plant. So this flower can grow up to a diameter of around 1 meter. Okay, so and it can weigh up to 11 kg. Can you believe that? 11 kg. Yeah, Jairus is a bit more cruel. It's more cruel than Venus flytrap, right? Because it is a parasitic plant. It will actually suck out the food from another plant. Believe it or not. Okay, so when in bloom, this Rafflesia flower emits a very repulsive odor. No, just not the guy. He smell like they're like, oh, yucks. Okay, he say it's like rotten fish or like dead animal inside it. Okay, why this? To attract insects to pollinate the plant. Actually, it's for pollination. Okay, these flowers emerge from very large cabbage-like maroon or dark brown buds, typically about 30 cm wide. So that's what he showed just now. Okay, so that black or dark brown thing is called a bud before it becomes a flower. Okay, Vernis, is it poisonous? It's actually not really poisonous. Okay, it's not really poisonous. All right, so this is one of the 3 national flowers in Indonesia. Okay, so for any of our Indonesian students, right? Okay, you should know this flower. This is one of your national flowers. Okay, and they are native to rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo. Some have also been found in the forests of Philippines and Malaysia also. Giselle Ang, what is pollination? Good. You will learn that later on in upper primary. Okay, not to worry. We'll go through pollination. So these are some of the imagery found, okay, of this distinctive 5-petaled flower. So just now the guy also mentioned, right, about 5 petals for the flower. So it's found on stamps, currency, and even bags of rice in Malaysia. They have this picture. So the buds take many months to develop, and the flower actually lasts for just a few days. Okay, so the flowers are either male or female. So both flowers are needed for successful pollination. Again, pollination, we'll go through that in upper primary. So when the Rafflesia is ready to reproduce, a tiny bud forms outside the root or stem of its host and develops over a period of a year. Okay, now, can you believe it? In Thailand, actually, the buds, you know, that black or brown thing just now that the guy showed us, right? Okay, it's considered a delicacy in Thailand. So some people in Thailand actually eat that. Okay, eat that part. All right. While other parts of Southeast Asia, the plant is thought to have medicinal powers. Okay, so like in Indonesia or Malaysia, okay, the parts of the plant is used as medicine. So locals believe that drinking a Rafflesia tea after childbirth will rejuvenate and make mothers healthier. Okay, so for they believe that for pregnant mothers, right, after they give birth to their child, they drink Rafflesia tea. Okay, you will make the mother actually healthier. Okay. Yes, Ting Heng, don't need to spam. Thank you very much. Okay, so how about reproduction? So it is, it reproduces the same way, like any normal plant. Okay, so it will produce a fruit, and then there's a seed inside, and then it will reproduce as per normal. Okay, it's just that it will produce this one big flower. All right. Do not judge by looking, judge it by signs. Wow, you tell you, yes, good words. Okay, then the smell. Okay, it's unique smell. So Karen flies swarm to Rafflesia because they're attracted to this rotting smell, right? Okay, and reportedly strongest around noon on the 3rd or 4th day of the bloom. So if you happen to go when it is blooming on the 3rd or 4th day, especially afternoon time, okay, it will be very, very smelly. The whole area around it will be very smelly. Okay, which lasts little more than a week. Then the Karen flies are the plant's pollinators. Okay, all right. Now fall is not that deep. Okay, it's not that deep. Clarice, how does the plant look like when it's young? It's that black thing just now, the black round thing like a cabbage. Okay. Liu Jiawen, it is to attract insects to pollinate the flower. Okay, so pollination, we will go through in the upper primary. Okay. All right, let's go to the first bubble question for this plant. Let's see if you have been paying attention or not. So Rafflesia arnoldii, they are plants as they bear flowers and fruits, okay, like any normal plant. However, they act more like fungi due to some of their characteristics. So which of these characteristics listed below are similar to fungi? Okay, so which one is the answer over here? I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Nakasurya, okay. Right. Chloe Leong, I mentioned about the food, right, just now, but I cannot say it now because it will be one of the answer over here. Okay. Yu Yang Te, no, I can't do that. Let's see who can get this correct. Half a minute more. Half a minute more. Come on, come on. Which of these characteristics below are similar to fungi, even though it's not a fungi? Okay, it's actually a plant. So it's a very weird plant with unique characteristics. Okay, Jamie, good, got it correct. Yes, Asya, if you've taken notes, then wouldn't be a problem. Okay, good. Chi Minghua, you might want to quickly refresh your page. Charlotte Lim is called the Grandidius Baobab, the upside down tree just now. Okay, so only about, oh no, only about a quarter, so 20, yeah, 25% to 30% only of you got this correct. What happened? So how is it similar to fungi? Firstly, remember just now I mentioned, it does not have roots, stems, or leaves, right? There's only flower. Okay, that's it, flower. Very weird fruit, very weird plant, okay? And it is a parasitic plant. Remember just now I mentioned parasitic plant, why? Because since it doesn't have flowers, it cannot make food on its own. It will actually obtain food from the other living things, which is other plants. Okay, so that's why B is also correct. So A and B so far. However, does it reproduce from spores? No. Okay, it doesn't. It still will produce fruits and then seeds, just like a normal plant. Okay, so that's the wrong one. So therefore, the answer is A and B only, option 1. Okay, we have to quickly move on now. We don't have enough time. Let's move on to the next bubble question. So question 6. I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. This one is quite easy. So for those who have not been earning your bubbles, this one you will definitely earn your bubbles. And I want 90% of you to get this correct. This is actually 90% giveaway. Okay. Naufal, the whole plant is parasitic. It's not just the inside of the flower. No, Naufal, it's the whole plant is parasitic. Okay, so I should see 90% of you getting this correct. This is actually very easy because I've been mentioning this a lot of times about this plant, and even the person in the video also mentioned about this. All right. Oh no, Ho Chanming, why? Have you been paying attention or not? Yes, Beatrice, good observation. Good observation. I'm not going to say it now, okay, because yeah, that one will sort of give away the answer. Okay. Yes, Asia, this is super easy. 90% of you should get this correct. Come on. This is a chance for you to earn your 10 bubbles. This is a chance for you to earn your bubbles. Come on, come on. Esme, what happened? Naufal, it doesn't need to eat any prey. No, it doesn't need to do that. It's not like the Venus flytrap. Okay. All right. Let's see. So only about 75%. Okay lah. Okay, much better than just now. 25%, 75%. Although I expected 90%. Now, what's the peculiar characteristic? Multicolored and smooth petals? Definitely not, right? You just now saw the petals up close inside the video. So no. It produces sweet nectar that gives out a pleasant scent. Definitely not. It's the complete opposite of that. Okay. It releases a very pungent odor that is similar to rotten flesh. This one, right? It's very, very smelly. Okay. It's able to trap animals. Okay, just now, who was it that mentioned this? This is actually describing about the Venus flytrap, right? This is not talking about the Rafflesia arnoldii. Okay. So therefore, the answer is option 3. Okay, let's quickly move on to the next one. We have 2 more plants and we only have about what? 11 more minutes. Okay, let's go. Let's look at the next unique plant over here. Okay, baseball plant. Unfortunately, I'm not able to find any video for this plant. Okay, even though it's quite common. Okay, but I'm not able to find it any video. Okay, so I'm just going to describe to you the plant. It's called baseball plant, and from the pictures, you will understand why is it called baseball plant. Okay. So because of its unique appearance and long life. Okay, so conservation status, no, it's not extinct. However, it is actually endangered, but in its natural habitat. Okay, so let me explain that later. Let me explain about that later. So let's look at the characteristic first. The young ones, okay, take note of this. You will know why later. Young ones are round in shape, but as they grow, okay, the adults one will actually become more elongated, more like a cylinder. Okay, cylindrical shape as they grow. All right. Then next, the baseball plant resembles a sea urchin because of its globular shape. Okay, again, when it's young, and the gray colored stem with reddish brown or purplish transverse bands, and color and shape of the plant provides camouflage. Okay, because why? Untrained eye cannot easily detect this plant in the wild. It's quite difficult in its natural habitat to detect it. Okay, so it's like a camouflage. Yes, Caleb, looks like a baseball wrapped with cloth. Very unique look, right? This plant has a very unique look. So instead of branches of leaves, the plant consists of a single wide stem body. So that whole big thing, right, is a stem, okay, from which the flowers sprout. Then right on top is where those little flowers actually come out. A very unique shape. So has a ball-shaped single stem with 8 vertical ribs and 8 shallow grooves within them. The V-shaped markings and seam-like ridges resemble the stitchings on a baseball, hence its name, baseball plant. Okay, so as you can see, it's like a stitchings on the baseball, on an actual baseball, right? Okay. No, actually, it's not a cactus. A lot of people actually confuse this with cactus, but it is not a cactus. This is baseball plant. It's different. Caleb, I will go through about that. Okay, whether you can grow this at home or not. So baseball plant obtains water and nutrients from the ground using its tapering taproot. So it is found in the Cape Province of South Africa. Okay, but because it is actually very popular to keep as house plants, it is actually found all over the world. Anthony, there's no video for this. It's actually found all over the world, including Singapore. Okay, and you can actually try to search at Carousel. If you go into Carousel app, you search baseball plant. There are actually people selling baseball plant. Okay, Carousel. So you can find that actually because people like to keep this as household plant. All right. So, however, in its own country, in South Africa, it is considered endangered, okay, due to unsustainable harvesting. But it is found like everywhere on Earth, okay? So, why is it easy to care for it? Okay, so because as long as you meet its light and water requirements, then it's very easy. It will actually live for quite long, all right? So, and it's very very cute, very decorative, right? To put in homes or offices. So as long as you place it at a place where there's plenty of sunlight or constant bright indirect light, it can live. Okay, then regarding water, you also don't need to water it too much, because if you water it too much, it will actually cause the roots to get rotten. Okay, so you just water it maybe once a week will do already. Okay, so this is when it is an adult. As you can see, it's actually elongated, right? Okay, it's not actually like a baseball. It's more when it's young, it looks like a baseball. Okay, now Cao Xinhuan, you do not eat them. Okay, you cannot eat this plant. Okay, but animals do. Okay, animals do. So baboons and grazing animals often consume baseball plants during the periods of drought. So animals do consume them. So baseball plants bloom during the summer and flowers appear along the angles near the top of the plants. I mentioned just now, the flowers only appear at the top, and they emit delicate smell which attracts insects responsible for the pollination of this species. So actually they have this quite a very nice scent coming from the flowers. Okay, and the fruit is three-angled capsule. So you can read more about the fruits here. So the mature fruit explode to release seeds. So using explosive method. Those who already learn about the dispersal of seeds. Okay, and each female plant can produce 150 seeds per year. Okay. All right. So let's quickly go through the bubble question already. We don't have enough time. So for the first one, baseball plants are quite commonly found in people's home. Why are baseball plants relatively easy to care for? All right. This is also quite easy. So the timer starts now. Quite easy to earn your bubbles for this. Come on. Again, I expect 90% of you to get this correct. This is 90% giveaway. I mentioned to you why is this baseball plant easy to care for. So that's why you can even find it in our country here in Singapore. All right. People are actually selling this plant. Okay. Okay, well done. Those who get it correct. Good. Chati. I see, I expect 100%. No. Not everyone is paying attention, right? That's why I put 90%, I give chance. Yichen Liu, thanks for giving the link. Okay, those who actually want to find out more, you can just go to Google and search baseball plant. There are a lot of links for you to read about it. Okay, or you can search baseball plant Singapore, and then you can even search like where to buy in Singapore. Okay, this is quite a cool plant to keep. Ashertin, they sell it for $18. Really? I didn't check the price. Okay, so Ashertin here mentioned you can find it for $18. Okay, so about 75% of you get this correct. Okay, I expected more, but fine. So why is it easy? Because it is the first one. Okay, it do not need to be watered so frequently. Okay, that's why it's easy to care for. It's not because it requires certain type of soil. No, then that would be difficult, right? It's not because it do not need any sunlight. It's completely wrong. It still needs sunlight. It still needs sunlight. And baseball plants not bear flowers. That is wrong. It definitely bears flowers. Remember, at the top of the plant, there are flowers. Okay, next one. So this one is a bit more difficult. So how is it similar to a baseball? So why is it called baseball plant? How is it similar to a baseball? So 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see who can get this correct. Frequently is usually, Kai Sin Leong. Frequently means usually. More of a ping pong ball, Xavier. No, doesn't look like a ping pong ball at all. Okay, it looks more like a baseball, right? But why? There's two answers that's quite close to each other. There are two options over here which are quite close. So some students might get confused. Okay, some students might get confused. Wow, those who get all bubbles for today so far. Good for you. Well done. Hello, Clenis. Yes, Emmanuel, correct. There's two options. They are quite close to each other. Let's see how many of you will get this correct. Looks like so far only less than half. Come on. More of you should get this correct. It's not that difficult. Yes, Chriselle, there's more bubble questions. Not to worry. Okay, so less than half. Let's see. Now, I mentioned just now, why does it look like a baseball? Is because the seam-like ridges look like the stitchings on a baseball, right? So it's this one over here. It's not because it's white in color like baseball, no. It's not because the adult baseball, you see here, adult base plant is round like baseball. No, it's the young one that looks like baseball, not the adult one. So that's why second statement is wrong. And the fourth one, it has red lines across. No, there's no red lines across its ridges, right? So that's why, okay? Okay, thanks for the link. All right, now for the last plant, unfortunately, I can't show you the video. We don't have enough time, but let me just quickly describe to you. It's called Welwitschia mirabilis, okay? It might look like a dead plant, as you can see here, right? It might look like a dead plant, but it is actually alive, okay? It's actually alive, all right? So there's only 2 long leaves. So it looks like multiple leaves, but actually there's only 2 long leaves that is produced as it grows from a seedling and can grow up to 4 meters in length. Okay, can grow up to 4 meters in length. The permanent leaves are exactly opposite to each other, have stomata. This is a special type of plant. It has stomata on both sides of the leaves. So far, you've learned most plants have stomata only on the underside, right, at the bottom part, but this one has both sides of the leaves has stomata. Okay, the leaves has stomata on both sides. Okay, and the stomata regulate gas exchange. Okay, this one you already know. So as the leaves are twisted and deeply ragged in several directions, they eventually drive the accumulated dew. Okay, and then this one is important. Take note, many are over 1,000 years old. That is how old this plant is. Many are over 1,000 years old, and there are even some which scientists found to be over 2,000 years old. Okay, so they are actually very old plants. So larger specimens may be no more than 1.5 meter above ground, but the circumference may exceed even 8 meters, okay, because it's like spread out as though it's dead, but it's actually not dead yet. So this plant are usually found in Namibia, Africa. Okay, Namibia, Africa, and they are distributed southwards near to the river and even 100 kilometers inland. All right, it's a very extremely dry area because, you know, in Namibia, Africa, it's a desert, right? Okay, extremely dry area, as the coast is recorded as having almost 0 rainfall every year. Almost 0 rainfall every year. Okay, few more details. Then after that, I'll show the bubble questions. So grazing animals such as zebras, rhinos, and domesticated animals actually eat its leaves. Okay, so that's why some is considered a bit endangered, because grazing animals will actually like to eat its leaves. It provides moisture and nutrients for desert mammals, shelter for snakes, lizard, and other types of small animals. Okay, so the core of the female part was used as food for people in earlier times. So the locals actually take the core of the plant and they bake it in hot ashes and then they eat it. Okay, and it tastes like onion. Okay, somehow it tastes like onion. Okay, let's quickly last two questions. All right, so stay back for a short while, about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so let's see if you have been paying attention, even though I mentioned it just a few minutes ago. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Chloe, just 2 more bubble questions. Okay, so it's for you to earn your bubbles. So this plant outlived humans for many generations. How long is this plant able to survive in its natural habitat? Is it 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, or 10,000 years? Wow. Okay, so which one is it? Let's see. I actually mentioned to you just now, right? Most of these plants average about how many years? And then some scientists even found a certain number of years. I can't say, because if I say, that's the answer already. Okay, so about 20 more seconds left. 20 more seconds left. Those who can stay back, just stay back for a short while. I have one more bubble question. Okay, one more bubble question. Isn't, no, this is not 100% giveaway. I expect 90% giveaway. Let's see how many can actually get this correct. Okay. All right. Time's up. So about 80% get this correct. Not bad. So I mentioned just now, this plant grow on average up to 1,000 years or slightly more, but scientists have actually found some of them grow 2,000 years or more, but definitely not until 10,000 years. Okay, that one is a bit too much, 10,000 years. Okay, last one. Okay, so the plant can survive in its natural habitat for a long time, but it's still considered endangered. Okay, because it's either consumed by humans or damaged by vehicles that drive through its habitat. Okay, however, there are environmental factors that affect the survival. So which one of these environmental factors that affect its survival? So in 3, 2, 1, go. Is it because the weather is very dry and hot? Or is it because it always rains heavily in this habitat? Or is it because animals use the plant as shelter? Or lastly, is it because grazing animals keep on feeding on its leaves? Okay. Right. So once you've answered this, you want to leave, you can leave now. Okay. All right. Bye, Lee and Yi. Okay. But those who can stay back, just stay back for a short while so that I can go through the answer. All right. Ashley Tang, yeah, that is one of a unique plant, but yeah, I'm not going through in this lesson. Okay. All right. Yes, those who need to go. Okay, bye, Cayman. Bye, Joshua. Bye, Timothy. Okay, so a few more seconds left. Those who are still thinking about the answer, quickly log in your answer. Bye, Jovel. Have a good day. Bye, Jairus. Bye, Yufei. Bye, Eugene. Bye, Roxanne. Bye, Charlotte. Okay, let me quickly go through. Time's up. All right, so it is because of the last one. Okay, because grazing animals keep on feeding on its leaves. So that's why it actually becomes endangered. Okay, it actually lives in a very dry place, so no problem for it. It's definitely not raining at its habitat, and animals use it as shelter. That one, no problem also. Okay, all right. So these are the 5 plants that I've gone through with you for today, and I've also gone through with you the characteristics of these 5 plants. So if there's nothing else, I'll see you in the next lesson. So have a good day ahead. Have a good week ahead also. Okay, bye. See you next week. See you in the next lesson. Bye.